welcome to Nikki's Modern Mediterranean. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Nikki. I'm mother of 4 awesome children, plus 1 fur baby over here, wife and CEO of a highly successful catering and event planning business, Nikki Events. It makes me so happy to see people eat well and enjoy each other's company, which is why I created this place where I could show you exactly how I do it. From my signature dishes to my inspired decor, I love entertaining. Our first recipe we're gonna make is lemon potatoes. This was one of our most popular dishes at our Greek restaurant. So we're gonna take some potatoes, peel these. I've already gotten a bunch peeled and cut. I'm gonna peel the potatoes and cut them into wedges. And we're gonna cut it into nice size wedges. And we're gonna put the potatoes into a mixing bowl. So we're gonna mix them. We're gonna use this bowl so that we can toss the ingredients before we put them into our baking pan. So I'm gonna use olive oil. This is our extra virgin olive oil that I get directly from Greece. So we're gonna put that, and a generous amount of olive oil into that. Juice some lemons and lemon zest. We're gonna put that in. Some fresh garlic. A good amount of oregano. And salt and pepper. And we're gonna toss that. Give that a nice toss before we put it into our baking pan. And I've already preheated the oven at 400 degrees. So we're gonna put that right into this pan. Already looks great. Bring that pan right over here. And we're gonna add some more herbs on top. Lemon potatoes are just such a great dish to make. It literally is a side dish that can go with anything. Poultry, fish, lamb. They're easy and delicious, and they can go with almost anything. So we'll put the thyme, fresh thyme on the top, sprigs of rosemary. You can put the stems and everything on top after they're baked. You can always just take those off before you're serving them. I love the way all these herbs smell, especially the rosemary. Put that right on top. That looks delicious. And then what we're gonna do before we put them in the oven, we're just gonna take some chicken broth and put that right on the side of the pan so that it doesn't wash away all the herbs on top of the potatoes, because we've coated them with salt, pepper, oregano, the lemon. And so this is the liquid that they're gonna cook in. So I just put it on all 4 corners just so that it gets all around the pan. Stir that around a little, and it's ready to go in the oven. The next recipe we're gonna make is an olive oil lemon cake with a rosemary simple syrup. At work, when we have to buy certain ingredients, or even when you're cooking at home and you have to buy an herb or an ingredient for one recipe, it's always best to try to incorporate it in more than one dish so that you can really not have waste and maximize. For me, at work, I wanna maximize the profits. So we don't ever wanna waste anything. So if you were buying some lemons for your lemon potatoes, why not try it in a cake as well? So first for our cake, we're going to take our whole milk, put that in the dish, and we're going to whisk this with fresh lemon juice and lemon zest. So that is our lemon part of our cake. Whisk that together. We're gonna whisk this well and let this set aside so this can make a buttermilk that's going to add moisture to our cake. So we're gonna leave this You don't want to lose that lemon zest, so make sure you get that off the whisk. Okay, leave this set aside. Next, in our KitchenAid, we're gonna crack 3 eggs, put that into our KitchenAid mixer. So put them into a separate dish first. I always crack them in a separate pan just in case one is bad or you get an eggshell. So get that first. Put that into our KitchenAid, and we're gonna take our sugar and whisk, blend those together. I'm gonna put our KitchenAid on. I'm gonna put it on speed 4 so that it can well incorporate all the ingredients. We're gonna mix this mixture until it's a fluffy consistency and a pale yellow color. So I'm gonna turn this off for a minute and I'm gonna measure out 3/4 of a cup of olive oil. And so now we have our olive oil and lemon flavors incorporated. Sometimes you wouldn't think of olive oil in a cake, but I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised with the flavor it gives the cake. Pour that in and then turn the speed back up to 4 and let that all mix really well before we put in the next milk and the lemon. Once the olive oil is well incorporated, I'm gonna turn this off and unlock that because I'm going to just scrape this all down and put in the milk. Oh, that looks great already. It's a beautiful color. Next, we're gonna put in our flour, and we're gonna add to the flour baking soda and baking powder. So I'm just gonna add that into this, to the flour, whisk that together, and then I'm gonna put that into our mixture. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna change from the whisk. I'm gonna change to the paddle so that it can make sure that it well incorporates all the ingredients. I'm gonna do about half first. Whisk that together. In addition to the baking soda and baking powder, I added a little salt. So I'm gonna whisk that together. I'm gonna stop for a second just to make sure I get the flour down from the sides. Scrape all of that. You don't want to lose any of these delicious ingredients. I'm going to turn that back on, and while that's mixing, I'm going to get our pan ready. Some olive oil in the pan. I'm going to use olive oil instead of butter. There's no butter in this recipe, so don't want to try that now. I'm going to put a little flour down as well on top of the olive oil. And then I'm just going to pour our mixture right into that pan and put it in the oven. The olive oil works great on the pan because when you take it out of the oven, it doesn't stick at all, which is awesome. So now we are finished mixing and we're ready to get it right into our pan. Put that right down in the center. Oh, that looks delicious already. I love the color. It's almost like a pudding consistency. It's a really nice texture. So we're gonna put that in here, bang that down a little bit, and it's ready to go in the oven. For our rosemary simple syrup, we're gonna use 1 cup of water in a little saucepan, 2 cups of sugar. Let me get that ready. Put that right into here. And this will really add the sweetness to the cake, and the rosemary is gonna give it such a delicious and unique flavor. I'm gonna put that and put our rosemary right into that, and we're gonna let that cook. Now that our cake is finished, we're ready to pour the rosemary simple syrup. So you don't want it to cool too much, just enough where you can get it out of the baking pan and right onto your serving platter. And then we're gonna pour the rosemary simple syrup all over the cake and let it absorb in. Already looking so yummy. Pour a little bit on the sides. And then we're gonna put our confection sugar right on top. We're gonna just take that, put that right on top of the cake. I know I'm making a mess everywhere else, but we'll wipe the counter down. And then we're just gonna do a simple garnish of just some rosemary and fresh fruit. I have some blueberries today that I'm just gonna put right on top. So I'm just put some rosemary right here. And just some blueberries. And we're all set to serve it. I have leftover rosemary simple syrup, so I'm gonna make this delicious vodka lemon cocktail. We're just gonna take this cocktail glass and I'm going to put a sugar rim. Oof, love sugar. We're gonna put that on the glass. That will enhance the simple syrup flavor. So in our mixer, we're gonna put vodka. I didn't measure it. This was the lemon zest, the lemon that I used that I zested for our cakes. We're gonna reuse that. We're gonna put some of the fresh lemon juice right into here. We're gonna use some of our simple syrup and a little club soda. So simple, and this is so refreshing. Shake that up. I'm gonna put that right into our glass. Garnish that with just a little lemon round and a little rosemary. And this is a perfect cocktail for any holiday. You can use this. It could be refreshing for the summer, or even you can add a little pomegranate and use it for the holidays. It's delicious and will definitely be awesome at your next party. So our cake, our potatoes, and our cocktail are all ready to be enjoyed. I asked Nicholas to join me to taste one, or all of them. Which one would you like?
Both.
The cake and the potatoes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's my great eater, and I love to see what he thinks. Here you go, buddy. And I'll cut him a slice of the cake too. Ooh, that looks delicious. What do you think?
Good.
Good. You have any?
Hot.
I'm gonna try this cocktail. Thanks so much for joining us. For the full recipes, visit nikkigluckus.com. Cheers, see you next time.